Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Brick Too Short. For this video, I will be discussing set number 5928, Bi-Wing Baron, which came out in 1998 at the cost of $6. And it was part of the Adventurers line, which was a really cool line. It lasted several lines, and was even in the Lego Movie Maker line a little bit. And actually, it's along the line of kind of like an Indiana Jones or even a Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Matter of fact, these sets actually came out around the time of, or maybe a little before, Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. So I usually, when I see The Adventurers, I almost always think of that movie, though I think it's more of a, Indiana Jones style. With that, let's take a closer look at the figure. Alright, here's the Baron himself, which I cannot remember his name, so if you know it, please leave in the comments below. He's wearing a pilot's leather cap with goggles that you can move up. Hope you can see well enough. He also has a monocle, and then what looks like a scar on his other cheek, probably a dueling scar, like some Baron would have and be able to brag about. White epaulets. He also has a hook for a hand. Just a printed tan jacket with a shoulder holster, probably like pilots would wear. Though actually he doesn't come with a revolver. And then he's holding a pair of black binoculars. And then just gray pants. Of course, this is 1998, so no printing on the back. And with that, let's go and take a closer look at the airplane itself. You do have a propeller that can spin and some engine work right there. Looks really good for the time. Has a set of wheels. Now, planes like this in history, especially from the World War I area, which is as close, should probably actually also have a little tiny wheel back here or something, but there's nothing on this plane, which actually happens with a lot of Lego biplanes. Very well gunned. There's two guns up here, and then another gun down here on each wing. You have exhaust or flame coming out of the engine right there. And actually, this is a neat little set. Now, I will say this. When I initially bought it, this is one of the few Lego sets I've ever bought that was missing a piece. And it was actually missing one of these pieces. Though I've got several of them, so I just took it from another set I'd torn apart and put it onto the biplane so I could immediately have it built, instead of having to take it back to Walmart or contact a Lego company and get another piece. It was easier just to do that. Alright, now here's the map that comes with him. And I'm going to actually compare that map to the one from the Scorpion Tracker, which is right here. And you can see, while they're very similar, there are some differences, such as these little figures are different. The jewel's the same. There's a figure right here, but there's another figure down here. The X's are in different spots. So there are some slight differences that make it cool. And maybe we're supposed to go around collecting the maps to find the, you got to put the maps together to find the ultimate treasure. Obviously not in real life, but in, perhaps the makeup land of the adventurers. And in the plane itself, there's also an area you could keep items such as the map right there. Now, one thing about the cockpit I will point out, there are no controls. And you could probably easily add controls in, but yeah, there was no controls when this airplane first came out. So he's not really flying it. It's kind of flying itself. So does this thing have a mind of its own? Not really. Matter of fact, with him in there, you can actually see there is space right here to put controls. But again, this did not initially come with controls. Again, this was set 5928, Bi-Wing Baron, came out in 1998, and the cost was $6. And actually, I love this as a kid. Matter of fact, even as an adult, it's kind of got that military World War I biplane look. I still like this plane. It's a really cool plane. It's got a few faults, such as it doesn't have the back landing gear or even controls, but it's very weaponized. It's just a good little set. It was a fun little set. You got the Baron. Wish he'd come in with a revolver, but except for that, I really enjoyed the set. I think most of the adventure sets I had, even small, even if there wasn't a lot to them, they were still really cool.